A common problem with street photography is people walking through your scene. Here we have this gentleman off to the left-hand side, and as I lined up my shot, he's walking in. I'm patiently waiting for him to get through the scene, and he just keeps on coming through. Now, the easiest way to remove him from the scene is by being patient and just waiting for him to walk all the way through. Now, imagine you're not able to do that. There's several people walking back and forth, or you just don't have time to stand there and take maybe 30 or 40 images waiting for that perfect moment. So, a simple solution is we're going to select two of these images. I'm pressing the Control key down as I select my second image, right mouse click, and we're going to edit in Photoshop, but we're going to open it as layers inside Photoshop. Now once they come into Photoshop, obviously the images are not going to be aligned. So that's our job. That's our first step, is to make sure that these images line up with each other. And I'll show you the example. So notice you see the top layer and the bottom layer, the windows here and the ground, none of that's aligned. What we want to do is select the bottom layer, and I'm doing that by selecting Shift as I click on the bottom layer. From Edit, Auto Align, let's stick to Auto, and select OK. Now, Photoshop is going to look at the image and figure out how to make this align properly. So if you notice, it did a great job. So look up in here where the windows are. Look how great that is to align the image. Now what we're left with, if you notice, this checkered pattern, that's your transparency. So that means that it didn't have enough information to fill in the blanks all the way through here. For a simple tutorial, what we want to do is crop out the transparency, and now we're left with the gentleman standing here. And if I select the top layer, we have this long shadow and the foot, and the man's gone. So we have to analyze this and figure out which is easier. Is it easier to remove the shadow and foot, or is it going to be easier to remove the man? In this case, it's easier just to remove the man. So we're going to take the top layer and drag it to the bottom and create a layer mask. Now, the layer mask came in as white, so when we select the paintbrush tool, make sure your foreground color is set to black. Let's zoom in on the man, and all I have to do now is just paint over him to get rid of him out of the image. And there we have it. So with a simple layer mask, auto align, and just being patient, we're able to take a scene that was contaminated with a person walking through it and have the final image of what we're looking for.